Kelvin Vickers, the man convicted in a deadly crime spree across Rochester that took the lives of 3 people in 2022, including a Rochester police officer, will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Natalie Kutchko was in the courtroom for his formal sentencing today and joins us now with the details on this. Natalie.
Vickers has received life without the possibility of parole for each of the 3 murder charges he faced. Before a packed courtroom today, loved ones of the victims both expressed their grief and pleas for justice.
These lives are no longer here. The defendant's actions are going to have far outlasting effects than what happened here today.
Taken away for life, Kelvin Vickers receiving the maximum sentence for the murder of Rochester police officer Anthony Mazurkiewicz, injury of his partner, Officer Sino Seng, and previous murders of 2 Rochester men, Richard Kalinj and Mygel Rand, all in the span of 48 hours in July of 2022.
The wounds are there. We will never fully recover. And it gives us the satisfaction that justice was served, but it's not something that's ever going to go away.
For the first time, loved ones could address Vickers directly. Mazurkiewicz's wife, Lynn, reminding the defendant the handcuffs used on him belonged to her husband, calling him an evil monster with no remorse or regret for his actions or the pain he has caused. Something District Attorney Sandra Dorley echoes.
None at all. And you know what? I kept looking back there. He smiled. He had a smirk on during the sentencing, the same as he did during the course of the trial. He thought it was a joke.
A hook in this case was the charge of aggravated murder, whether Vickers knew the officers he shot were in fact police officers. In court, Durley said, quote, "There is no possibility the defendant did not know, and to think otherwise is foolish."
Clearly, he's, he understands the ramifications of the sentence and what he could potentially face, of course. But, he's a person, he's young, he's 22 years old. He's a very young individual. And, again, there's some issues we have to deal with on appeal.
Sentencing was previously stalled back in December over new witness testimony uncovered by the feds. That motion was tossed out by the judge Thursday. Prosecutors hope this sentence brings long-awaited justice for the victims, their families, and the community. Lynn Mazurkiewicz watching on the moment Vickers was escorted out.
He's just a number. Now you have no name. You were Kelvin Vickers before, but now you're just a number.
Vickers did not have any comment before the courtroom before being taken out. The defense now plans to bring this entire case to the appellate division, they say, on support of that very testimony from December. Meantime, the trial for the co-defendants begins in 2 weeks. Reporting in the studio, Natalie Kutchko, News 8.